we go. So I'd like to welcome everyone to our first session, December 2018, of our Pro class. It's the Light Efficient Design and RemPhos Pro class. And our slogan for these is Learn, Connect, and Sell Better. So what is this all about? Why are we doing this? We want to help you learn more about our industry, our company, and our products. We want to engage you face-to-face, this time virtually. Obviously, as much face-to-face contact time is preferable. We can't always get out to see you live in person, so this is kind of the next best thing. You'll see I'll be doing some live demos on the screen to make it as face-to-face as possible. And we want your feedback. We want to talk to you. You'll be seeing a survey come to you after the Pro class workshop later in the week or next week, and we really want to get your feedback on how we can make these more valuable. And as Rebecca said, the real intention of these Pro class workshops is to help you sell more. And if you're one of our reps, to drive up your rep dollars, and if you're one of our distributors, to help you sell our products more to your customers. How long and how often? We're going to keep these to a maximum of 45 minutes long, one session per month, one unique session per month. We will be offering a few different time slots. This time we did Friday, Monday, and today, but one unique session per month. And we're going to have a new unique session every single month. And our promise to you is that we're going to create content that is efficient, that is valuable, that is memorable, and is going to leave you wanting to sell more and understanding how to sell more of our products. Here's a photo of my mom and I pumpkin picking this year, and just a little personal information. So I'm presenting as Rebecca said, I'm the Chief Innovation Officer here at Light Efficient Design. What does that mean? Basically, it means that I'm in charge of innovation to where we want to be tomorrow. Product development, those are the products that we're bringing to market today, and also key account sales, project sales. I'm based out of the Middleton, Mass office, and Caitlin is also here with me in Middleton, Mass, and Rebecca is out of our Cary, Illinois office. And I founded RemPhos in 2008, and what do I like to do for fun? I love spending time with my great friends and family, anything outdoors, anything on the ocean, so jet skiing, power boating. If you share any of those interests, definitely send me pictures, hit me up. That's what I love to talk about when I'm not talking about lighting. So goal of this Pro class, we want to provide you again with updates on both the industry and on our company. We want to introduce you to some really cool products and the unique features of those products. We want to present you with a memorable case study, and we want this case study not just to be something where our product was used, but something where when you're with a customer, when you're at a customer call, sitting with that customer, and you're talking about a product, you'll recall this story and you'll say, hey, this is why this product is so valuable for you to use on your project because of this example project. So we want it to be really memorable and an important case study. And lastly, we're going to do this live Q&A section, we're going to do question and answers. We're also going to do a live quiz section at the end where you'll see the quiz pop up on the screen. It's really cool technology. You'll be able to choose your answers right there, and then I'll review the answers live. So if there are any questions, we can go through those answers live. And then in this first Pro class, as Rebecca and Caitlin said, we're offering gift cards depending on how you do on the quiz. And then at the end of the presentation, we're going to open it up to question and answers. And you'll have a chance, you'll see a box pop up on your screen, and you'll have a chance to type your answers in, and then I'll answer them live on the screen. I'm going to try to keep this to 45 minutes, so I'm going to talk pretty fast. But feel free, if you do want to stick around post 45 minutes to do that Q&A, you're definitely welcome, and I'll be here. My commitment to you is I can be here as long as you need me to answer those questions. So part one, tariffs, tariffs, tariffs. As of October 2018, as most of you know, we were hit, all lighting manufacturers were hit with a 10% increase in tariffs on many products imported from China here to the US. The plan for this was to go from 10% to 25%. As of the G20 summit just a couple weeks ago, that's now being held off. So instead of that 25 increase happening at the start of January of next year, it's at least going to be pushed till the end of February. Our hope is that it gets postponed permanently, but we don't know yet. So we'll keep you updated with more information. And in order to combat this, we're spending a lot of time and energy and money investing in our manufacturing abilities here in the US. I'm going to show some of that in the next couple of slides. But basically, we can do more and more product manufacturing here, as well as manufacturing that would meet Buy America Act standards. So speaking of which, here is a photo on the left of our new innovation and manufacturing center that we're just recently completing here. A little snippet on the right just shows how much progress we made in 10 short years. So in 2008, we had 1 location, 2 employees, 1 distribution center, and only 700 square feet. And then today, of course, we have the Middleton location, and then the Cary, Illinois location, and then we have way over 50 employees, 9 distribution centers, and 45,000 square feet just here in Middleton. Here's a photo of part of our warehouse here in Middleton, and I just wanted to note a couple of things that we did in the spirit of efficiency. One is, if you look at the pallet racks, you'll notice that there's a really short, narrow 6 feet between the pallet racks. Typically, that's about 10 or 12 feet. So in the spirit of efficiency, we want to maximize our warehouses. So we do 6 feet between our pallet racks, and we have these really cool bendy forklifts that are able to articulate one way or the other, and that allows us to pack quite a few more pallet racks, hence quite a few more pallets into our warehouse. The other thing you'll notice is you can see, if you look down one of the rows, you'll see some of our LED high bay lighting. This is one of our rectangular LED high bays that we actually manufactured here at the Middleton location. And then we have the ability to pair that with one of our control systems. So this does high-low. When there's nobody in that aisle, as a group, all those fixtures dim down to low. And then as soon as a forklift or a person goes into that aisle, it's going to go up to high. Here's a photo on the left of our, manufacturing facility. This was a picture I took earlier last week of a bunch of LED bar kits, which I'll talk about in a second, being assembled. And on the right is a photo of our conference room where we do a lot of these webinars and trainings with customers. So part 2, the fun stuff, the product updates. So we sent out about 50 of these sample cases. This is the first sample case that features RemPhos products. So we figured that it would be a great time during this first December Pro class to go over what is in this sample case and how you can sell it. So 4 products inside, $11 million of combined 2018 sales for these 4 products. So that's pretty phenomenal. We want you to know, if you're not selling these products, that a lot of the reps out there are. We're having unbelievable success, and just on these 4 SKUs, $11 million in combined sales. So what products are we going to go over? We're going to go over the temp worksite lighting, completely new category for us in 2018. We're going to be launching even more products next year because we've had so much success. Our LED bar kit, this is a hardwired linear retrofit as a substitute for, say, LED tubes. LIVC, this is our premier stairwell and corridor fixture. The LED CR and SR, these are retrofit kits for surface mount fixtures and sconce fixtures. And last but not least, I'm going to do a very brief overview of our sensors and controls and remotes. There's a lot of in-depth training available here, so if you're interested in more information, definitely contact Rebecca, contact Caitlin. We can send you some more information. But I'm just going to do a quick kind of reminder, high-level overview, so that you have enough to arm yourself when you're with customers. So first up is this temp worksite lighting. So for this year, we have 4 different SKUs. We have a 60 watt, a 100 watt, a 150 watt, and we have a string light set of 5 lights in a continuous string. So of these 4 models, we've already done $1 million. I think that number is even a little bit outdated now. So we'll do over $1 million of sales on these 4 SKUs in 2018. Pretty phenomenal for a completely new category that we weren't even in 2017. And I say high margin sale because this, we find, is a product line that our distributors can mark up a higher percentage than some of the other products that we offer. So really key point here when you're with your distributors is to note to them that this is something where they can make really good margin. So our very own Ryan Quinn is going to show a little video intro of these products. You'll note in this video that I think we only show 2 or 3 of the unit in his hand, but we now offer 2 of the units. But we do offer 3, the 60 watt, 100 watt, and then a 150 watt. But I'll play this.
Welcome to Light Efficient Design's LED Quick Chat on temporary worksite lighting. This series of products includes 60 watt, 100 watt, as well as a 20 watt string series unit, which is essentially 5 20 watt units totaling 50 feet in length. What makes these units unique? You can actually daisy chain. Each unit comes with integrated power supply. So the 60 watt unit comes with 20 feet of cord length, and you can chain up to 10, which totals 600 watts of power. And the 100 and 150 watt units comes with 35 feet of cord length, totaling up to 600 watts of power. Each unit comes with this integrated power lock to lock the cord into place so it can't get pulled out during installation. Spring clip for easy mounting into the ceiling. Each unit comes with an extended cage length actually, so you can even set the unit on the ground without worrying about damaging the unit itself. In addition, each unit actually comes with a remote control, so you can essentially turn individual units on and off from a distance without having to cut power to the entire job site. 110 lumens per watt and 80 CRI helps keep the job site well lit. 277 volt, no problem. Each unit comes with a voltage jumper cable. No longer do you have to worry about replacing ballasts and bulbs, and this even includes a 5-year warranty for peace of mind.
Thank you, Ryan. So here's a little photo of one of the units. I did want to point out this remote control. You know, at face value, the remote control is not that important, but what we found is that typically electrical contractors on a job site, on a construction project, are paying for the electricity while that project is being built. So, so anything that you can do to reduce the electrical contractor's costs during construction is obviously an advantage. And typically, if we're talking about what this unit would usually replace, which would be a 250 watt or 400 watt metal halide lamp inside of a fixture, you'd have, you know, when I go into downtown Boston, I see a skyscraper going up and I see hundreds of these 400 watt lamps on every floor. And at night, when nobody's usually working, you know, every single one of those is lit up. So it's just a giant Christmas tree of 400 watt metal halide using a lot of energy that's typically costing the contractor money during construction. So it's really cool, not only about the fact that you're going to go to LED on this unit, and obviously you can sell the benefit of going down a wattage there, but you can selectively go around with the remote control, and one remote control will work for all the units on that floor or anywhere in that building. It's completely universal. So you can go and say turn off half of them. You're still going to want to leave some of them on for safety and for security, but turn half of them off. And not only is the contractor going to save money on going to LED, but he's going to even use half of that at night because he's not going to have them all running when nobody's there. So really nice sales point to make with that. Applications, both obvious and not so obvious. Excuse me. So construction work site lighting, kind of the obvious opportunity, right? Not so obvious would be things like horse barns. We've got a bunch of customers out in the Midwest that have told us that they've been selling this as temporary lighting because it has that really easy spring clip on the hanger part of it, the bracket of it. You can just, you know, vets, blacksmiths are buying this and using it as temporary lighting. But, you know, this is just one kind of outside of the box example. But there's obviously lots of opportunities where a really rugged, you know, quality products like this that provides a lot of light can be advantageous to people doing temporary jobs like vets and blacksmiths in a barn. So we're going to be doing competitive analysis. I really feel like this is a helpful tool so that when, again, you're in front of your customers, you know how to position these products compared to our competitors. So here we're going to do a competitive analysis between our worksite lighting and the Satco unit. So first off, we have cord length. We offer a 35-foot cord length, up to a 35-foot cord length. Some of the models have 20-foot, others have 35-foot. But the real advantage there is that you can, if the junction box is remotely located, so usually you have a breaker panel or a junction box that's pretty far away, with traditional 400-watt metal halides, they'll have to run metal jacketed conduit. Our unit comes with up to 35 feet of cord. Satco unit only 3 foot. That 277 volt adapter, that can be advantageous so that this can plug into one of those lockable twist lock 277 volt sockets. Satco doesn't have that. Daisy chainable, both units are from both Light Efficient Design and Satco daisy chainable, so we share that. And then wattage packages, Satco offers 1 model, we offer 4 unique models. Let's do this again with ICO. So again, we shine in all these categories. 5-foot length on the ICO, no 277 volt adapter, can't daisy chain, and 3 wattages where we have 4. Now let's move on to the LED bar kit. This is one of my favorite products because it is our #1 moving SKU for 2018. We've sold more than 8 million units of this product, more than more than $8 million worth of the product, more than 320,000 units, and this comes standard with a 10-year warranty. What is it? So it's made up of two components. It's made up of an LED bar with magnets on the back of it, and it's made up of a external 0 to 10 volt dimmable driver. These are hardwired retrofit kits to replace fluorescent tubes in any fluorescent fixture. So here's some example fixtures. Basically, any fluorescent fixture that you could think of, everything from a vapor sight to a wrap, to a tropper, to a surface mount, to industrials, any fixture that has T5, T8, or T12 fluorescent lamps, this is going to be a perfect solution for you. So what is the benefit of our hardwired LED bar kit compared to LED tubes? This is an excerpt. You'll find, I'll put up a link in a second to some of the white papers that we have available on our website for you to help you print out and sell, again, for sales calls. But here's one of the excerpts. So this is comparing Type A and Type B LED T8 tubes to the RemPhos LED bar kit. For those of you that don't know, a Type A LED tube is a ballast compatible tube, and a Type B LED tube is something that's ballast bypass, that's direct wire. So first off, the bar kit, it does not need to use the existing sockets in the fixture. You can do two things with those sockets in the fixture. You can either leave them in place and snip the wires to them, rendering them basically entombed in place, never to be used again, or you can remove them completely. Typically, it is acceptable by electrical code to just entomb them in place, snipping them and leaving them. And the bar kit length, every 2 foot, 3 foot, and 4 foot bar kit is shorter in length than a T8 or T5 socket set. So for example, that 4 foot LED bar is actually about 44 inches long, which means that with the magnets, you can place it right between a T5 socket or a T8 socket. Whereas with an LED tube, obviously it's going to reuse that existing lamp holder. And contractors have had a lot of issues with old falling apart lamp holders. Almost every contract that I've talked to has had a situation where they've had to go back and maintain an LED tube job that they've upgraded because those sockets are old and falling apart. Wattage, we beat the wattage of LED tubes. Typically your 4 foot LED tube is going to be 14, 15, 16 watts. Our LED bar to replace a 32 watt T8 is only 10 watts. So if we look at a 2 lamp system, your typical LED tube would be about 30 watt system. Ours is only 20 watts. Life and warranty, our bar kit comes standard with a 10-year manufacturer's warranty and an L70 of over 100,000 hours, where typically LED tubes are 50,000 hour L70 and only a 3 or 5 year warranty. Our bar kit comes standard with 10 volt dimmable drivers, so perfect for upgrading to control systems, some of these fancier control systems that are available today, whereas LED tubes are usually not dimmable at all. Ballast compatibility, this is usually something that hits home with a lot of distributors, a lot of contractors, where especially with those Type A ballast compatible tubes, you have to go the extra mile and make sure that the ballast is on the compatible list. With this, because we get rid of that fluorescent ballast, you don't have to worry about that. DLC and utility rebates. We have DLC listings on many of the part numbers of the kits, of the bar kit, and usually utilities are incentivizing this much higher than LED tubes. Some utilities aren't even incentivizing LED tubes anymore, but hardwired retrofit kits like this are almost always incentivized and incentivized to a higher level than LED tubes. We can integrate, because we have that 10 volt dimmable driver, control systems really easily. We're requiring professional installation. This is something that means a lot to those electrical contractors and ESCOs that may be your customers. The reason why it would be important is that every ESCO and electrical contractor today that's been trying to sell LED tube jobs runs into barriers where the end user might say, hey, I can use my own facilities team, I can use my own maintenance person to install these LED tubes. What do I need you for? What value do you add in this project? The LED bar kit is a much more custom, professional product that requires professional installation, so it adds more value to that electrical contractor or to that ESCO. No snapback. So snapback is a term that I use to refer to being able to go back to that old bulb technology. If you leave the sockets in place in your fluorescent fixture, there's a chance that you could put that fluorescent tube back in, and then you'd lose that energy savings. So the end customer likes the idea of a permanent retrofit. Utility also likes the idea of a permanent retrofit. Just an example here in Massachusetts where LED tubes, I think, are getting about $4 or $5 each. So a 2-lamp kit or a 2-lamp fixture would get about a $10 rebate, whereas $40 or $70 for the bar kit. BAA, so in our Middleton facility here, we have the ability to manufacture these to Buy America Act standards. LED tubes typically are not available BAA. So in summary, the bar kit is the clear winner, the clear choice compared to LED tubes. Another example of one of the white papers available to you, if you went onto our website and you can download it, print it out. This is just showing some of the really great projects that we've done with the bar kit. So, you know, big names, Harvard University, military bases, names that when you print this out and bring it to your customer and say, here's a more valuable solution, a better solution than a cookie cutter approach of LED tubes, and the customer says, this sounds great, but where has it been used? You've got a lot of credible jobs, projects to back it up. So some rules for specifying. I'm not going to go into too much detail here. Feel free to email us if you have more questions, but basically a 32-watt T8, which is your pretty standard 4-footer, is getting replaced with 10 watts, sometimes 15 watts, but usually 10 watts to replace that 32-watter. And then to replace a 54-watt T5HO, you're usually at about 20 watts with our product. Here's a great example. Here is a 8-foot industrial strip, something that you'd see in, say, a warehouse or a manufacturing facility. And this had 4 32-watt T8 fluorescent lamps to begin with. And this customer retrofitted it to use 4 of our 15-watt bar kit. So you're going to be at a total of 60 watts compared to, you know, over 120 watts. And you can see how easy it mounts and how nice it looks. So these just attach with magnets to that ballast cover. And then you can see right in the middle there is where those wires, the white cables from the end of the bar kit snake through where the sockets would have been in that fluorescent fixture. So a nice clean install. Here's an excerpt on the top left from our cut sheet. So if you look at our cut sheet on that last page, this is an example of, there's so many choices. You can see lots of colors there, but there's so many possibilities, so many different combinations. So this is an example of how you go about specifying it. Basically, first you want to decide on what wattage you want that kit to be. So let's say we want a 20-watt, 2600 lumen system. It's going into, say, a 2x4 fixture, so we want 4-foot bars and we want 2 bars. So there's your part number. Down below, you can see that we use that 2L in the part number to let you know that you're getting 2 bars and 1 driver, whereas that 3L kit would be 3 bars and 1 driver. The 4L kit would be 4 bars and 1 driver. And it lists the wattage per bar, so you're getting 10 watts per bar. Again, 20 watts total system, but 10 watts per bar. And what are you going to physically get? You're going to get 1 20-watt driver and 2 of the light bars. Let's do this one more time. Say you want a 60-watt system, 4-foot bars, and you want 3 of them, 3L kit. What are you going to get? You're going to get 1 60-watt driver and 1, 2, 3 bars. So I want to make this a little bit interactive. I don't want to just be preaching at you, lecturing you. So I want some back and forth here. So hopefully this will be, I'm going to do a few of these today, and we'll do this every pro class workshop. But this is an opportunity to see if you can understand how to specify this product. So here's an example. 2x4, prismatic 2x4 with 4 pieces of 32-watt T8s, pretty typical scenario. If we were to remove that lens and look inside, you'd see the 1, 2, 3, 4 fluorescent lamps. Which bar kit should be specified? So 3 options there, A, B, and C. That first one is a 20-watt system kit with 2-foot length bars, and you get 3 of them. The second option is a 40-watt kit with 4-foot bars, and you get 4 of them. And the third option is a 40-watt kit with 4-foot bars, and you get 2 of them. What is the right answer? It's actually B and C. Why is it B and C? Because you have a choice here. 40 watts is a great wattage. You can replace the 32-watt T8 with 10 watts per bar, so a total of 40 watts. So both B and C are both 40-watt systems. The difference is in that B, you're going to get 4 bars, and in the C, you're going to get 2 bars. So you're going to get the same wattage, the same lumens, the same foot candles on the ground, but in option C, where you're kind of delamping, it's still going to look great, but you're going to save money on that kit because you're only going to have 2 bars and 1 driver, so it's going to be a less expensive kit. So this is just a great example. Don't always think one for one. Think outside the box and think about how you can save your customer costs with using less material, but achieving the same wattage, the same foot candles. Here's another example. Vapor tight. We have 2 32-watt T8s to begin with. There they are. Here's our 3 options. So the right answer, again, B and C. You can either keep 2 lamps, go 1 for 1, or you can delamp and you can run that single bar. So that C option is just 1 20-watt driver and 1 4-foot bar, but you can delamp. It's going to be less, that C choice is going to be less cost than your B choice, but you're going to get the same lumens, the same wattage, the same foot candle. One more time. Here's a utility 4-foot fixture, kind of a 4-foot wrap. Here's 3 options here. Here, we're going to say that B is your correct choice. That 20-watt kit, so 10 watts per bar for a total of 20 watts and 2 of them. The reason why, and I didn't mean to trick you here, but the reason why this would be the better solution than C in this case, or that C wouldn't be a choice at all, is that usually in these utility wraps, you have that ballast cover right in the center. So there'd be no way to delamp and put a lamp just in the center there. You have to have 2 on the side. White papers. On our website, we try to make a lot of valuable information for you guys. So if you went to remphos.com, clicked on products, clicked on this specific product, LED bar kit, clicked on documentation, you see there are a bunch of PDFs you can download, print these out, and leave with customers to show them the value of this solution. Let's do a little demo here. So you can see we have this 4-foot wrap fixture, pretty standard 4-foot utility wrap. You see just about everywhere. We'll take the lens off. So you can see inside here, we've got the ballast cover in the center. That's what I was saying, how you probably can't delamp this and just get away with 1 bar. You need 2. But you can see our LED bars. Here they are. They're attached with magnets. It is important to note that the magnets make it super, super easy to align these and put them up there, but the kits do come with a self-tapping screw for each end of the bar, because usually UL code and local electrical code requires that you permanently attach that and don't just use the magnets. You can see our cables snaking under the ballast cover, and then if we were to remove this ballast cover, you can see that that LED driver, 1 driver for 2 bars, is underneath that ballast cover. Little disconnects to connect that, 0 to 10 volt dimming wires coming up here. It's also important to note that our drivers, a lot of our drivers are really slimline. So if you're replacing, say, a T5 architectural fixture, that's going to fit into that same cavity that that T5 really slimline fluorescent ballast would. So going back to our presentation here. So moving on to our LIVC stairwell and corridor fixture. 10-year warranty, DLC premium, flex watt, flex color, flex control. What do these mean? So flex watt means that on 1 unit, you have the ability to change between 4 different wattages. So all about skew reduction and flexibility on the job site. Flex color, same thing, skew reduction, flexibility on the job site. Allows you to select on 1 unit, 3,000, 3,500, or 4,000 Kelvin. Flex control is our terminology for saying that these fixtures are control ready. Whether you choose to order them today with one of our controls or choose to upgrade later to one of our controls that you can buy as an accessory afterwards, they're control ready, which means that they have 0 to 10 volt dimming wires, they have a 12 volt DC power source that powers that sensor, and they have the mechanical attachment in place to make it super easy and quick to do that. So again, benefiting the contractor, this fixture, the pan is attached by hanger cables to the housing. I'll show that in a second in a demo. Makes it really easy to install. The pan is attached to the housing with spring clips instead of 4 bolts, again, saving time, and then it's 6 inches wide. Typically, our competitors are 2 to 4 inches wide, which means that if you have an existing fixture that is wider than your new LED fixture, you're gonna have to repaint. So this helps cover that old paint scar or paint marks on the wall because it's a wider 6-inch footprint. And for the distributor, it's cutting down SKUs. So because you have that flex watt and flex color, you basically have 12 SKUs in 1 unit that they can keep on the shelf. So let's do a comparison here between our fixture, the LIVC, and our competitors. So the RemPhos fixture. So we use a high frequency radar motion sensor. The benefit of this is that it's completely hidden. You do not see that sensor, that ugly sensor, off on the ends of the fixture, which is what you see on all of our competitors' fixtures. So the high frequency radar technology, which is different than the PIR, passive infrared, or ultrasonic that all of our competitors are using, allows you to see right through the fixture lens. So this can be behind glass or plastic, and you don't see it. It's out of sight, out of mind. So you don't have any holes in that lens. Our wattages are lower. So on that flex watt, say on the 4-footer, you can go as low as 10 watts, where usually our competitors are 30 or 40 watts on that high end. We use higher transmission lenses to get more light out, 10-year, 100,000-hour warranty, wider footprint. So here's a few competitors: Lamar, Lutron, Lithonia. Here again is what I was talking about, where you see that PIR sensor, that ugly PIR sensor mounted off to the side. So it's a lot more attractive cosmetically, and architects love this, building owners love this, because you don't even see that bi-level motion sensor is there. So let's do a little demo here of this fixture. So here's a 2-foot LIVC G2. A few things before I open it up. You'll notice that we have conduit entrances on the back side, on the end caps, even on the side here. This particular unit also has our EMG, our emergency battery backup, built into it. That's an option on this unit. So if I remove our lens, and again, this is this high transmission lens that lets 90% of the light through, but still doesn't allow you to see any of the LEDs. It's a beautiful uniform light distribution. So here is the LED tray, and you can see on the end here that flex watt and flex color that allows you to select between different colors and wattages in one unit. That motion sensor, if you would have ordered this unit with that optional motion sensor, sits right there under the lens. Doesn't cause a shadow, and it's not an ugly box on the side of it. Spring clips. So there's spring clips here that attach the tray to the housing. Really quick to remove that. And then you can see it's hung with these hanger cables so that the installer can easily mount this on the wall, and that tray is just hanging down there. And then this unit, as I mentioned, has that optional emergency battery backup. Okay, so moving on to our LED CR and SR retrofit kits. Unbelievably cool product, been a super successful product line for us over the years. This is our latest G2 Generation 2 product. So what is it? It's a hardwired retrofit kit, very similar to the LED bar kit that I mentioned before, but instead of being for linear fluorescent lamps, this is for surface mount fixtures, drum fixtures, circular fixtures or squares in the hallways or corridors of apartment buildings, hotels, college dormitories, and the same with our sconce kits for instead of on the ceiling, on the wall of, again, hotels, dorms, universities, all over the place. All of them are Energy Star. So the first model, we have 5 different models, 5 different shapes of this. We have a circle, a square, a half moon, and 2 long rectangles. First on this LED CR, the C stands for circular retrofit kit. It's 9 inches in its condensed format. But again, with the idea of ultimate flexibility and versatility and skew reduction, we only have 1 unit. And say in that 9-inch diameter, it's perfect to uniformly illuminate fixtures up to, 15 inches, 16 inches in diameter. But you have the ability, you can see how those boards wing out, expand out, and you can fit up to 2 foot. You can use this unit to uniformly illuminate fixtures up to 2 feet in diameter and have beautiful light. You'll also see, excuse me, you'll also see that hole through that driver in the middle. That's for those glass domed fixtures that you often see in senior living, so that it can accept that rod that holds that glass lens onto the fixture. Here's our LED SR, the square unit. The S stands for sconce. So, and again, these boards do wing out on that. Then we have a half moon, and we have 2 rectangles, a 14-inch M, meaning driver in the middle, and a 14-inch E, meaning driver on the end. Again, this awesome flex watt, flex color, and flex control technology. And so you get 12 SKUs in 1 unit. Awesome for the distributor. Here's some examples of fixtures that these could go into. So surface mounts, vanities in a bathroom or in a hallway, decorative linears in a hallway, and then all kinds of wall-mounted sconce fixtures. Good, better, best. Here is a great way to position this when you're sitting in front of the customer. A good retrofit for a fixture might be to remove those old fluorescent PL or CFL lamps and use one of our light-efficient design LED plug-and-play PL lamps. This is a good solution. The best solution might be to replace it with a brand new fixture, being the most expensive approach. So this middle ground is what we consider our better. So good, better, best. We consider these hardwired retrofit kits as that better approach. Middle of the road as cost, more money than your PL lamps, less money than the whole fixture, probably less labor than replacing that whole fixture. There's also lots and lots of times where the customer doesn't want to get rid of that old fixture because it's architectural. We do a lot of projects with Harvard University, MIT University, Marriott hotels where they want to keep that fixture style. So being able to use a hardwired retrofit kit like the LED CR and SR compared to LED PL lamps means that you can get a 10-year warranty where a PL is usually 5. You're using less wattage. You have the ability to add controls to it. So there's a lot of flexibility. Let's test the knowledge a little bit of specifying this product. So here's one of those senior living glass dome surface mounts. Here we have two 13-watt CFL lamps inside of it. Here's how it would look if we remove that lens. Here's 3 options. So we have our 9-inch LED CR, our 4-inch LED SR, or our 14-inch with a driver on the end LED SR. The right answer. So A is your right answer. So that circular unit, the long rectangle probably wouldn't fit inside of that circular fixture, and that square LED sconce retrofit is really designed for a sconce. So this circular unit is going to beautifully illuminate it. That metal threaded rod will go right through the middle. And then it's important to note also that we're going from two 13-watt CFLs, so 26 watts plus the ballast, down to only 10 watts. And you have 4 choices on that unit again. So we've chosen 10 watts in this case, but you have 3 other choices of wattage on that one unit. Here's another example. Here's a wall mount sconce, kind of tall and rectangular. We have one 13-watt PL. Here's how it looks inside that fixture. Here's our 3 options. So the right answer here is C. That 14-inch sconce retrofit with the driver on the end, because we already have that kind of metal piece in that fixture, so that'll help to cover that shadow of the driver a little bit. And then we're going to go from 13 watts plus ballast down to only 6 watts. So huge energy savings. That's how it would look. Let's do some competitive analysis here. Here's one of our competitors in this product line, Keystone. Here's how some of those products look down below. So how do we stack up? Both products actually do have a 10-year warranty. Keystone offers a 10-year warranty. Flexible color, Keystone doesn't offer any flexible color options. Flexible wattage, we have it on every single one of our models. It's standard with Flex Watt, and it allows you to choose between 4 different wattages. Keystone, I believe, has 2 or 3 SKUs now out of all their different products, and they only offer you on that switch 2 selections for wattage, where we have 4 selections for wattage. Optional integrated motion sensors that can be built right into the unit and see right through that lens. We offer that. Keystone doesn't even offer an option for that. Easy magnetic mounting. So all these, just like that LED bar kit, have really strong magnets on the back of them to help you easily, fast align them and install them in the fixture. Keystone does not have magnets. We have Energy Star on all of our models. Keystone does not have Energy Star on any of its models. Let's do this again for Fulham. We'll do a competitive analysis. Fulham has a 5-year warranty, only 5 years. We have the 10. Fulham does not have Flex Color, does not have Flex Watt, does not offer motion sensors, does not have magnetic mounting. They do have Energy Star on their models, like us. And of course, Energy Star is important because a lot of rebates or utilities are offering rebates. Let's do a quick overview of our sensor and remote. So again, that high frequency radar motion sensor, really small. So these are now low voltage powered. So we have a 12-volt power source coming out of our driver that powers these. And they use a high frequency radar technology that can see right through that fixture lens. And these are going to allow you to dim down the fixture when there's no motion in that space, to do a high-low or a high-low off. We set these at the factory to a default of a 30% dimmed light level and power usage after 5 minutes of no motion. If you purchase our optional remote control, it's very inexpensive, and you can give one to the facilities manager, and will allow them to change the default. It is good to note, though, that we find that probably 99 out of 100 purchases of this product, the project gets installed at that default, dimmed down to 30% light level after 5 minutes, so that remote control is probably not needed. Here's how it would work. So up top, we have a corridor with some surface mount fixtures, hopefully maybe with that LED CR retrofit kit installed. And this has our bi-level motion sensors. So when there's people walking through that hallway, you can see that you're at 100% light level. And then when there's no motion detected, it's dimming it down to a 30% light level. They're great for areas that are 24/7 illuminated and frequently unoccupied. That's where you're going to get your best energy savings. Areas like stairwells, corridors, self-storage buildings, warehouses, any areas that have lighting 24/7. Here's a picture from our very own building here in Middleton, one of our stairwells, where we have a bunch of different levels going down that stair, but each level has a 4-foot LIBC G2 fixture with that bi-level motion sensor, and this picture was taken at that 30% dim light level, so you can see there's still plenty of safe amounts of light, even when there's no motion in that hallway. I'm not going to go through this. We can send this to you if you're interested. It is posted on that RemPhos website, but basically this is that optional remote control, which allows you to change everything from your sensitivity to your hold time to your dimmed light level. These even have an intelligent photo cell built into them that can see through fixture lenses so that in the presence of sunlight, the fixture will stay off. So a lot of flexibility there with that optional remote control. Here's a case study for you. So in this case study, this is a project. You can see it's a really beautiful retirement home, apartment building that has some really pretty decorative glass and metal trimmed sconce fixtures on the walls of these hallways. And the end user didn't want to get rid of those fixtures. So this was a great example of using a hardwired retrofit kit instead of LED PL lamps and instead of a complete new fixture. And they also they didn't just want the energy savings of going from fluorescent to LED, but they also wanted the ability to save even more energy and do that high-low dimming. So they ordered all of these. I think in this building was about 140 pieces. So they ordered all of these retrofit kits with our integrated motion sensor. You can see it mounted right on top of the driver there. It's really small and hidden, doesn't cast a shadow on that lens. And when they installed these, I think on one of the floors or perhaps half of the floor, they decided that instead of dimming these down to 30% light level, they wanted to change it and have it dimmed down to 50% light level. And then in the other areas, they actually wanted to save more energy and dim down to 10% light level. So the contractor called us after the project was completed because he was thrilled. He said that the competitor's product that he had used in the past, he would have had to remove the fixture lens, and on the motion sensor, there were some dip switches that he would have had to change, but he would have had to get on a ladder, remove the lens, change the dip switches 140 times. Here, with this remote control, he was just able to go to each fixture from the floor, pointing at the fixture, so it'll go right through the fixture lens, change the setting on all 140 fixtures in under 10 minutes. So he was thrilled because it was a huge labor saving. So there, that Energy Star listing. So I appreciate everyone for participating. That's awesome that you're all able to do that. And Caitlin will now open this up to a Q&A section where, again, you're free to go. Really appreciate everyone's time. We're going to be doing these every month, so you'll see in advance. We'll give you a little bit more advance notice next month, but we'll have either 2 or 3 sessions, the same exact identical session, but you'll be able to pick one that meets your schedule. And we really want you to also know that you can invite your colleagues. So whether you're at a rep agency and you have other colleagues that weren't able to participate this month, or if you have distributors that, that champion and distributor that really gets this energy retrofit play and wants to know more about our product, invite them to this Pro Class workshop. If you have an electrical contractor or an ESCO or a utility contact or an end user, say a property manager of a big property that you also think would gain from this knowledge, definitely invite them. And then pretty soon as well, you'll be seeing some emails from our team. We're going to have a whole library of these sessions on our website. So it's going to be really easy. We're recording these, and you'll be able to replay this if you or your colleague missed the presentation. You'll be able to replay it and even download that quiz and take it to test your knowledge. So again, thank you so much, and we'll put a Q&A up on the screen now, and type in your questions, and I'd be happy to stay around as long as you need me to answer questions.
Thank you, David. That was awesome. So yeah, you guys should see down at the bottom, there's a little Q&A button. So you can, if you open that, you can type in your questions, anything about the products, company, anything that we covered today, feel free to ask. And just for the record, for going forward, you can also always feel free to reach out to Rebecca or I. Rebecca is the sales and marketing coordinator. I'm the sales and product trainer. So we're always available for you guys. All right, seeing some questions coming in. David, do you see them in the chat coming in?
Is the Q&A screen up, or is it in the chat? I can go to the chat.
They're in the chat. So, oh, there's a couple.
Okay.
They're coming in from two
All
different.
right, I see them. Are you doing anything with Enlighten for tier 3 solutions, Gabriel? So for those of you that don't know what Gabriel's asking, so Gabriel is one of our great ESCO customers at a company called Energy Source. Really appreciate you participating today on this webinar. And so there's different levels of controls. What we presented today was kind of a basic level of control. So this is not a network control. It's not wireless. It doesn't do grouping. It's more of a basic level of control. So it's going to do high-low, via motion. It's going to do on-off if there's no sunlight. But it doesn't go the extra extent of what a higher tier control system would offer. But we do offer, Gabriel, we have a partnership with LG Sensor Connect. We do Philips EasySense, and we also have a Bluetooth mesh system from Avion. So all three of those systems are systems that we're currently working on. We do it today. We offer it today. We can integrate that with any of our products so that you can get that higher level utility rebate if your customer does want that tier 3 solution. And you were asking about Enlighten. And to answer your question, we've worked with Enlighten once, and it went fine. So we can definitely work with Enlighten. And then Avion, you're 100% right, is going to be tier 3 next year. So great question. Nathan asked, if needed, could you provide a 5,000K option? So depending on the product, we do offer 5,000 Kelvin on a number of our products. I think that you're 100% right. The stairwell fixture, those surface mount and sconce retrofits, the LED bar. So those products we do not offer in 5,000K. If you absolutely need it, we can do it custom, but it's not standard. The LED bar kit is available in 3,500, 4,000, and 5,000 Kelvin. Those are standard offerings, so that would not be an extra charge, whereas some of the other products, it would be an upcharge. All right, so next question from Ariana. Is there any sort of product application guide for LED bar kits? I never feel confident on the wattage I'm choosing. So great question. That's obviously why I picked that product today. We're selling a whole lot of them. It's such a great product for so many of our customers. Gabriel actually is one of the ESCOs that purchases a lot of this product, and they love using it. But it is something which isn't so easy to specify and make sure you're choosing the right wattage. So we have, I have a couple of deeper PowerPoints which go into a little bit higher level of training on how to specify it. And then on the cut sheet, on that last page, it does kind of help you. It does help you understand how to specify it if you learn how to use that guide properly, because you kind of walk through it. So first you decide what you want your wattage to be. So if you're replacing, again, a 32 watt T8, assume about 10 watts per bar. So, one of them would be a 10 watt, 4-foot, 1-bar kit. Two of those in a fixture would be a 20 watt, 4-foot, 2-bar kit. So far, and continuing like that. So definitely contact Rebecca and Caitlin, and they can help you learn more about how to specify that. Mr. Harrow asks, and this is another one of our great ESCO customers. I remember you had grow lights at one point. Are you still doing them? Do they come with controls? So grow lights are not one of our focuses anymore. We do offer some products, and we have a collaboration with a company that is building a really nice LED grow light that is water cooled, and it's very, very cool. It's often used in cannabis growing, but we're not focusing on that anymore. We're focusing just on the commercial industrial lighting. Is that enough lumens though? Ariana asks. So I think she's referring to my comment on the LED bar kit that you'd use 10 watts to replace a 32 watt T8. So we find that about 80 to 90% of the time with our LED bar kit, they're using 10 watts to replace a 32 watt T8. If you do that, you're probably going to get very similar light levels to that fluorescent, or perhaps a little bit less. If you want to be more conservative, I'd say that about 20 or 30% of the time, we have customers that are replacing the 30 watt T8 fluorescent lamp with a 15 watt bar. So you do have a choice between 10 watts, 15 watts, 20 watts, and you can kind of choose, but we find either that 10 watt or the 15 watt is a great solution. Nico asks, contractors and distributors have been asking about the security of the spring clips on the temp light due to them being stolen from work sites. there anything that could be done to increase the security? Great point. I believe Caitlin is on here, and Caitlin, you can take Nico and connect him with Tushar, who's our product manager for this category, and definitely take that feedback. We love to get feedback, good and bad, about our products so that we can improve them. So connect them with Tushar, and hopefully we can get maybe an improvement on the product if that is an issue.
Sure.
Anything else? Walt asked, does the LED CR, so that's our circular retrofit kit for surface mounts, come with emergency capability? Good question. So on all of our products, all the products that we offer, all of our fixtures and retrofit kits, we offer an additional accessory that is an emergency battery backup kit. It would not be, so yes, we offer it, is the answer. It does often sometimes get asked if it will be compatible, if our retrofit kits are compatible with existing battery backups that may be in that fixture, and the answer to that would be no, because those are typically inverters or a combination fluorescent ballast inverters that are really designed to power fluorescent lamps, so CFL, PLs, or linear fluorescent lamps, and that would not be compatible with the LED driver on these products. But we do offer a pretty cost-effective, I think it's pretty cost-effective compared to a lot of our competitors, option out there for emergency battery backup for all of our retrofit kits and for all of our fixtures. Good question. Yeah, good presentation. All right, so we'll leave it at that, I think.
Yep, and like we said, if you do come up with any questions after this, you can feel free to email Rebecca or I. We're always available to you guys. Do you have any closing comments, David? Are you all set?
Have a great week.
All right, thank you guys. So thank